So guys, let's get straight into this video. This is a video request from a fella, and I'm not going to say any names. He did not say do or don't, so I'm not going to do it, but he requested me to do a video and speak on if you can get over your ex, and if it's possible to get over your ex after they were the love of your life. Is it possible to stop loving this person? So it's a good question. It's a good topic. I truly believe yes and no, because I believe if you shared a great amount of your life with a specific person and you genuinely loved that person, I believe there's always going to be at least just a little bit of something there. Just a little bit of something. But you also too can get over the person, and you can still love another person. You can still be with another person, but there's always going to be that little touch. It's always going to be there. It just always will be. If you can genuinely love somebody, I think that's going to be there forever. But you can love other people. You can love more than one person. That's the thing. So yes, you can get over it. And yes, you can stop. It's really hard to put into words. I'm just trying to think of the best way to say this possible. Like I said, yes and no, that really is the answer, because there's always going to be that little something there. There's always going to be that little touch of care there. You could despise a person right now. They might have did you very wrong. You might despise a person right now. You might have a lot of hate towards them, but guess what? That just means you care. That just means you care. And there's no other way of saying it. People could have done you wrong. People could have done you dirty. Anything like that could have happened. It's just because you care. You still do care. If somebody does you dirty and you genuinely love that person, you still care. Whether it's love, whether it's hate, whether it's you despise the person, there's still something there. You still feel strong emotions towards that person. So no matter what, there's always going to be that little something there. But you can stop, you can stop loving the person as much as you did, to the point where you do not need this person. You love yourself more than you love them, but there's always going to be that little touch of something there. That's the thing. And you could marry somebody else. You could get with somebody else. You could love them. You could end up loving them much more than you love your ex. But there will still be that little tiny bit of care still for that person. They still, because it's like they might have been that much of a part of your life. Like overall, when it's all said and done, they were still that much a part of your life, so it's still going to be there. So yes and no. Like I said again, yes, you can get over them to the point where it's really nothing, but that's that little bit of care. Let's say you pass this person in the mall, you pass this person somewhere, you walk by each other, you never seen them in forever, and all of a sudden you pass them, boom, it's like fireworks just explode. You see this person again, all these memories just hit you, just like a flash, just boom. You see that person, it's like you just lived. It's like it just brings you back 10, 15, 20 years ago, or whenever you were with the person. This is just how it is, guys. Like, people you spend a certain amount of time with and grow a certain bond with, they will never forever be fully forgotten. But you can get over them to the point where it's really nothing. Like, you can love somebody way more. And you can be happily in love with somebody way more. But when it's all said and done, there's still that little something there. And not that little something where you're with somebody else and you're still thinking that little bit of something about this person. No, that's not how it works. Just as if you were to pass them or something, if you were to see them, something's gonna come back up, and all these memories, all this, there's still that something there, and you still will think about the person, even if you're married with somebody else. Like sometimes, not all the time, but it'll happen the odd time. And I just believe this is how it is. So yes, you're not going to be obsessively in love with the person forever. It'll never be like that. But you know what? Some people do, and some people are crazy. And like, they might have had the love of their life. It ended. And this person just went on a rampage. And on a rampage, what I mean by that is go off into drugs, drink, do this, do that. And they numb themselves for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, and they're old now, and they never had somebody else. And that person is still right there because they cannot live without that person. There is some sick shit in the world that goes on like that, so that could happen too. But as long as you move on with your life, as long as you love yourself, as long as you do things for yourself, you should have no problem, and it's not going to matter. You're going to be at peace with the person. If you're fresh out of the relationship with the love of your life, of course you still love them. That's how it's going to be. It's going to be absolute misery and hell for a while. It's just how it is. It's almost like if you're with somebody and you can't be with them. It's almost like you were with somebody that you loved and they died and they passed away because you can't see them, you can't talk to them, and all of a sudden you would have gave the world for them, and all of a sudden they're gone in a flick. So that's kind of how it is. It's kind of like they died. It's kind of like you have no access to them. You can't have a conversation with them. It's just dead. The care that they had for you was gone. The care that you had for them, it's still there, but you can't show them that. So it's like, it's just a messed up situation for you, and maybe even for them. Who knows what they think or feel? You'll never know, because they're never going to tell you, and you're never going to be in contact with the person. But just know that situations like this, it takes time to get over. It does. And if you want to get over it the quickest, face it head on, live your life, exercise, move forward, set goals, have hobbies, keep busy, eat clean, eat good, and just do your best. Do what you have to do for yourself. And that is the formula. If you want to get over it the quickest, if you want to take that route, then that's what you have to do. And that is it. So, you know what you got to do. You know what to expect. I've even done consultations with people that were in these positions, and they just literally, like the way they talk to me, they don't think they're going to ever get over it. They don't think they're ever going to get better. And obviously it doesn't feel like that in the moment, so you'll trick your own mind into thinking you're going to feel like this forever, but it's not the truth. I've even had friends that this has happened to, and I felt bad for them because I know how they felt, because I felt the same things, but I got over certain things very fast. And I try to tell them, like, bro, like, don't even worry about this. Like, remember how you felt when you were younger? And he just looked at me, and I was like, you're going to feel like that again. Don't even worry. This is just a speed bump. On a straight road that you're crossing, boom, speed bump, keep going. That's all it is. It's your own mind that plays tricks on you to make you think certain things, and you got to beat your own mind. You got to be stronger than your own mind sometimes, and tell yourself otherwise. You have to just keep living your life as if they didn't even exist, because you were fine at one point without them. You can be fine again. You probably just got trapped into their world, into their game. They sold you a dream. They did what they did. And you have to recognize that. So, you know, if you're in one of these positions, you were probably in a toxic relationship too. And you can still love that person, you can still care for that person, and they still had a good side of them, but that good side of them does not defeat the bad side. Unfortunately, the bad side does override the good side, and you have to see that, and you have to acknowledge that, and you have to get away from that situation and just keep living your life. That's how things are going to happen, and you will still have a little bit of care for that person. You will. And I don't mean someone you just casually dated. I mean, you guys were together. You guys were in a relationship. They were the love of your life for a bit, for a good hot second. So you will have that little bit of care, but like I said, you will get over that, and you will find somebody new, or you won't. Who knows? Life is unpredictable. You just have to do your best every single day, is what you have to do. You can't be dependent on somebody else. You have to depend on yourself to be strong for you. You have to depend on yourself to go out there and do things that you have to do. You got to depend on yourself to be strong within yourself. Depend on yourself to get the strength to do things you want to do, is what you really have to do. Don't be worried about them. Don't be worried about what they think, because a lot of people do that too. Oh, what do they think of me and all this? Do they still love me? Who cares? And I guarantee you they do. They still have that little bit of care of you as well. Some people will leave you by accident. Not by accident, but some people will leave you and realize they made a mistake. So it's like, and even if people heavily take you for granted like that, I don't recommend taking them back. Maybe if they made a mistake once, but if someone did this to you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, you think something else is going to happen? You think something different is going to happen? Some people will come back to you just to make sure that they made the right decision by leaving you. Some people come back just to see if anything is new. They are using you. They are seeing what they can get from you. So that's basically it. You have to be careful, especially with your exes. They're an ex for a reason. Some person can make a mistake one time. Any more than that, that's a wrap, son. You know what you're dealing with already. Probably some Jezebel. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video answered all your questions. And I'm out.